What's up, everybody? I'm a girl with a horse tattoo, and today I am doing a young adult navigating video, and it is more fire content every Tuesday, so you might as well like, subscribe, and just become a Mustang. Wow, it's free $99 because you know your girl's gonna blow up and then you're gonna have to be paying for me to come see me and stuff like that. Today I have a very special guest. All my guests are special. Go watch my other videos. And I want to welcome AJ the Builder to this YouTube series. So let's get to it. All right, guys, give her a warm welcome. AJ the narrator, or the builder.
Just AJ is fine.
Just AJ is fine. We about to get to it. Y'all ready? All right, when I got back from Korea, I remember you walking around the house on something. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. And I was thinking like, what's going up, what's going down? And you was talking about your app on your phone, investing and stuff. So you in it, you been in it, you got money in it. How did you get involved with it? Who told you about it? What made you start doing it? Why are you investing?
I think in a roundabout way, classism and the desire to fight social injustice my own way got me into investing. And what I mean by that is living in a town where racism is very prevalent, but also probably even more so classism is. So not only are you not treated as valuable if you don't look the part or are the part, but you are actively discriminated against if you don't, look like you have. You walk into a store, and that's because I live in a high crime city. So a lot of the times, if you look normal or regular, then people treat you like you're homeless or you're crazy or you're gonna steal or whatever. And so honestly, it was just the frustration with going everywhere from high income areas to low income areas in different social circles, and people treating people who don't have as much, not as well as people who do have.
Yeah.
I never really been one since my teenage years to spend too much on appearance because I think it's unnecessary, but investing would, exponentially increase the income, which would allow you to then, if you need to, trivially spend money on clothes or whatever to look the part, just to be treated half decent in the city. In addition to that, knowing that I can leave something for my family and friends and also redistribute my wealth and help other less fortunate people in the city in very direct and tangible ways is always the goal.
Wow. So I put a meme on my Instagram. Make sure you follow me at Challenge Spirit times B. Just like, I was raised to treat the janitor the same way I was raised to treat the CEO. There's no differentiation. There's just like, these are people, these are human beings. You treat them with respect. They owe that, they deserve that, no matter what they bring to the table. And also, if you don't trust us, go cut up some clothes right now, put some mud on your face, don't take a bath for 3 days, and go to the store and see how they treat you if you don't believe us, okay? Mark my words and come back and let me know how it goes. You did mention how you just kind of want to like have something to leave behind and stuff, because basically, like, we ain't really coming to that much. We took our lemons, we made lemonade, but it wasn't really that much lemons. It was about like, a few in a batch. So I really want to just talk about like your perspective on poverty. We were talking the other day and you mentioned something along the lines, because I was like telling you how like money isn't really important. It's not really important to me. I just kind of want to flow and be free, be bohemian and be happy. And then you're like, don't ever let nobody tell you poverty is a crime. So how is poverty a crime? Why do you feel so strongly against that statement of poverty is a crime and nothing less?
Yeah, I think poverty is violence. It's very violent in the sense that the world has many resources and unlimited resources, really. Well, due to us, they're now limited. There's a ton of wealth in the world. So the fact that in 2021 people are still dying of hunger or of basic bacterial, viral diseases that could easily be prevented is obscene, and it's structural as well, because if you've ever been poor, you know that it's so hard to get out of poverty and it's very costly. So if you overdraft on your bank account, you have to pay. If you don't have a lot of money, your credit is low, and then you're disregarded for certain opportunities and certain benefits and things of that nature. If you can't afford to get your teeth properly cleaned, you get a cavity, then you have to pay for a root canal. It's never ending, and it has a domino effect, and it also creates stress and high tension. So a lot of communities, I know even now, we see a lot of tension between a lot of ethnicities, and a part of that is due to these communities being growing up around each other. And
Hispanics and Black people in line for EBT, and like just like kind of like, I'm talking about from my experience, like I would always be in line, like when I would go with my mom, like used to have to go to the building and wait in this long line, and I would just look around and I would only see Latinx people and African Americans. It was very much so kind of like segregated. Like if you see an African American person, like my mom would turn around and start talking to them. But like if you see it like maybe a Latinx person, you're not really talking to them, because like we're in competition. Like, you know, we're trying to bring home, my mom was trying to bring, you know, resources back to the family, and then the other people trying to bring resources back to the family.
Or they want you to think you're in competition. Yeah. And so there's this false sense of competing for resources and opportunities, competing for the scraps. And so then there's infighting and intercommunal fighting. And so it contributes to that in a very real way, especially in low income, multi-ethnic areas. The reason poverty, you know, would be considered a crime is because it's a domino, a ripple effect in how it affects and harms people, and just simply absolutely absurd that children are hungry in the richest nation in the world. And I'm not talking about taking anybody's money away, you know, in obscene measures or anything like that. It's just a simple, we already pay taxes, you know, why aren't they still getting to the people who need them the most? You know, I'm not anti-rich or anything like that, but at the same time, like, everything costs. Safety costs, freeways costs, parks costs, distribution costs,
education,
and you got to pay to play. You know, if you want to be here and you want to make billions of dollars here and you want to make tens of millions of dollars here, then you should adequately have that reflected on the way that you give back to the system that, you know, allowed you to thrive. And then as far as on the government end, the government has a stake in keeping poor people poor and rich people rich. And they're only really getting, you know, their pennies in a bunch now because the middle class is streaking, which is actually very important. We need the middle class. And so they are alarmed now. But as long as poor people stay poor, they don't care, because poor people staying poor is how a lot of the times people get a lot of riches, is from feeding off the poor. Poor people consume a lot, not necessarily by choice. It's very costly to be poor, very costly in so many ways. Pretty much every way you can think of is very costly to be poor. Yeah. And poor people are taxed disproportionately high. It's unjust in just about every way you can think.
Yeah, I really think about that parable about, like, you give a man a fish and they're gonna come back for more, but if you teach a man a fish, they'll make their own fish. And it's like that whole parable is so powerful to me, because it's just like, if you teach the poor people how to make their own money, then they can make their own money, like giving them the proper resources and education.
Yeah, proper primary education is very lacking. You know, the education is just simply not there with Americans. You only know if your parents or your community can have the privilege of teaching you. The thing with poverty is that it wreaks havoc on the body as well. Like, we kind of touched on it, but it causes like inner and intracommunal stress, but it also causes mental and emotional stress on the body. And I do want to make a distinction between poverty and being poor, because being working class is one thing and it still causes a lot of pain and stress. But to actually be impoverished, you know, where you're making the lowest income, you're malnourished, might not even be able to get a proper education because, you know, the resources are so limited, access, transportation is so limited. Those type of things would wreak the ultimate havoc on the body and the psyche of children and their parents and everyone in the community.
Yeah, because even when it tears down your mind and creates all of this trauma in your mind, like when you actually start getting stuff, like you don't know what to do with it. It's like you have to go through rehabilitation of the mind. But let's digress and transition into the next question. This is my older sibling, and we have a cousin, Krista. She's a truck driver, and she's the first truck driver that I've ever known. And she's always on the road, but every time we see her, she's always in good spirits, and she's such a generous, warm person. And I just want to give her an award for being my most supported Facebook follower. And I see you, girl, and I really just want to talk to you more. But it makes me think about trucking and how you got into dispatching. I don't know if you made that connection through Krista or what, but I just want to know, like, why not drive the truck? How did you get into truck dispatching? What do you see that drawing you to truck dispatching? And yeah, how's it going?
Well, I'm very new and early to truck dispatching. I have a long way to go in exploring that world, which I'll hopefully put a dent in
whole new world
this year. But truck dispatching came from investing. I was interested in investing. I actually originally wanted to own a truck. Got on Instagram, just kept coming across different people, and it was like, yeah, owning a truck is cool and you can make money doing nothing. But if you just put in, some strategic work, you can actually earn a lot more money by being an independent dispatcher. So it was actually just from investing.
Wow, okay. So just really finding that source to really be your own boss. Like, that has really been sticking with me, because I'm off work right now, and I'm I need someone to tell me what to do. And so every morning I wake up and I say, I am my own boss, I am my own nurse, I am my own doctor, I am my own teacher, I'm my own parent, and I make a schedule for myself. And it's been so fruitful and so productive. And so I hope I keep this same mentality when I actually do go back to my 9 to 5. Let's go into the more funner, lighter, butterfly things and talk about, I don't know what it is like to be a middle sister. And sometimes they say middle childs have the most problems, but I don't feel like you have the most problems. But I feel like I'm only the younger child. I am the youngest on my mom's side and my dad's side. But you are the middle. Any way you put it, any way you wrap it, you're the middle child. So what is it like to be a middle sister? How is that dynamic? Give us a glimpse into your world.
Growing up as a middle child is, you become very observant, because you see the younger child getting into trouble and getting away with a lot that you didn't get away with. And then you see the older children, and kind of paving the way, and you deciding what you want to follow from them and what you want to reject from them. And you can feel I don't want to say invisible, but you can feel like you don't want to cause too much of a ruckus, because the oldest and the youngest is causing enough. It's cool. I'm also more introverted in nature. So for me in particular, it wasn't that torturous, because it was not only am I being forced to kind of take the back seat, I actually enjoy it back here. So I'm gonna just let y'all, go crazy in the front, and I'll be, stewing in the back.
Okay, stewing. So if you don't get anything from this video, middle child synonymous with stewing. Stewing is when the soup stews for a very long time. We are entering fun time. All right, so it's the last day on Earth. What is AJ doing? Is she going to a little baby concert? Is she going to her favorite vegan ice cream shop, getting bad service from who? What is the last day on Earth for you?
Last day on Earth, probably either doing some type of meditation with a group of people, and meditating and singing and blessing each other, or at a theme park on a roller coaster.
Is the theme park packed with a lot of people?
I don't know.
Wow. Okay, what do you like to do on your free day? Your free day, you got nothing to do, but for what you want to do, and there's no money is limitless. The time is yours. The options are until your heart's desire is content. What's a beautiful, perfect free day for you?
Just for one day?
Yeah, just a free day, yeah.
Probably just take a nice dinner on the beach and a hike.
Okay, but it's not windy and it's not too cold.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting that picnic service from Venice Beach we went to, or are you just doing your own thing?
It'll be set up nice, so we'll get some type of bottle service or something going.
Dream vacation? What is a dream vacation? Paris?
One of them igloo hotels in Iceland.
Oh my god.
Or not, I don't know if it's called igloo, but basically it's like ice.
Ice bar. I wanted to go to ice bar one time.
Yeah, ice hotel,
Ice hotel.
Iceland, just visiting the mountains there, and probably somewhere really cold, but like I have enough,
You got the expensive
resources
gear, the expensive gear.
that I'm not gonna be cold. I'm just
Look
gonna
like
be looking at all the beautiful white stuff, white nature.
Wow.
And then other than that,
Bali, Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Ooh, they have like this place in Indonesia, and it's just like green, lush green, like mountains of greenery, but it's grass and stuff. And then they have like this huge, like this holy water thing where you can like bathe under like these fountains. You guys know what I'm talking about. We're gonna put some pictures. It's 2 things in Indonesia that I really want to do. Now these giant swings, and their food is so yummy, and it's just so affordable. Like it's just I want to go too. Every year has its own like but Mother Nature goes haywire. Same thing. We're trying to scream. We in the streets screaming Black Lives Matter. People dying from some type of virus or flu. Every year has its own tsunami of problems. So not just in 2021, but in every year. How do you protect your peace?
Walk away.
Flight or fight?
You gotta learn to walk away.
Walk away, walk away, walk away. I would like to say thank you so much for being here and finally doing this. You drug your feet, but you made it. You did not want us to sit in chairs. That's why we're on the floor singing Kumbaya, my Lord. I appreciate this because this is very important to me. Like, I'm a historian of life, you know? And I'm gonna have this footage until YouTube goes out of business. So subscribe to my channel now so you can watch it, guys. But the last and final question is you always saying that you wish you would have known this and when you was this and now you this and now you don't know this. What are some things to help the people out there, the Mustangs? What are some things that you wish you would have known that you know now that would be probably helpful to or probably helpful to me because I'm younger than you?
I think it's important for earnest people to know, especially children, that you can't escape bullshitting in adulthood. Everybody bullshits all the time. They're full of it. And so it's important to know that if you've been sheltered growing up or even if you haven't, that it's actually okay to bullshit sometimes because everybody's doing it and that's just the way of adulthood. A lot of times people bullshit to protect themselves. A lot of times people bullshit because the system is so rigged, you kind of just have to play that game to, even though you might be a person of integrity, you know, if you can't get another shot, turn your 1 year on your resume to 2 years, as long as you're competent enough to get the job done. When people ghost you, you know, or tell you they're gonna call you back and they don't, you know, let it go. You know, this world is full of bullshit. Bullshit comes in every shape, form, color, creed, religion, and size. So just
and call it. Like,
don't let it bring you down. Don't let it stress you out. Just trust your gut and keep your integrity. And know, you know, when it's time to shoot the shit and when it's time to face the music for real.
And for people that are younger than 28, my advice to you is fail fast. Don't procrastinate. Just try something, and if you fail, then you know what you need to do better, and then get it over with. You know, rip that Band-Aid off and do your learning, do your research, do your due diligence. And don't say woo when you're auditioning for cheer team in middle school. You won't make it. Woo! So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next Tuesday and have a Mustang out day. Peace.